that channel. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah. I always do this. I always start the stream and then I forget to move everything. I really need to have a better setup. That should be my project for next week, is just building a functional stream setup. Instead of the whatever you call this haphazard shenanigan. Yep, that went right on my foot. That's cool. I'm fine. I'm fine now. Okay. Let's click the share button. Let's get some people in here. Let's get some hype. Let's hype it up. Hype, 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 hype. Get on that hype train. Let's do it. Yeah. Welcome. Welcome, Log King. Welcome, Wyatt. We're going to do a little bit of ogre touch-ups today. And then we also have more Discord drawing. We have one person here today, so howdy! Howdy! If you are a Patreon member, you are welcome to get the link from the Patreon General tab. Welcome, Bri. Finally got another stream. Nice, David. Glad to see you here. Welcome, Harry. We have room for about 3 more people here in the sketches today, so I'm going to try to finish this up for a little bit, and I'll be bouncing back and forth between that and the Discord draw. So if you guys have questions, if anybody has questions today, I don't need to put that quite. My chair is so squeaky. If anybody has questions today, please let me know, and we'll go from there. I am in the Discord live chat today. You're all welcome to come join me. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Streams, I like it. Let's see if I can keep my voice the whole time. So we had this yesterday. I'm not really a big fan of this chain. Like, it's not too bad. It's not terrible. I want to do something else with it. I don't know what that is going to be quite yet. I don't want to destroy it yet because I'm not sure if I'm really gonna. Oh, come on. That's not the button I meant to hit. There we go. I'm going to put that on a separate layer and just save it for later, just in case. I'm also wondering if I should do something else with the arm. Ooh, we just had some people jump into the Discord. Welcome. Welcome to the Discord. I can't see who is in here, actually. That might be a bad thing. There we go. Drow's hanging out today, so we'll see how that's going. Everybody changes their names in the Discord so often. I always lose who people are. We discovered yesterday that I can't remember names anyway, so that's good. That's just bad news for everybody. Why is this blue? I don't want blue. I want that. I should be able to just. I'll tab over. Yeah, no one's drawn yet. Okay, that's fine. I wish I could talk, but I have no mic. I can just listen from the Discord for a while. Yeah, absolutely. If you just want to hang out in the Discord, that is totally fine. You get like a 10-second buffer before I actually draw anything, so it's kind of fun. It's like time travel. You get to secretly know what's about to happen before it actually happens on the stream. I want to make like a really cool hammer. Not a hammer. Really cool, like long club. Could do something like this. Put the spikes on it. That's always pretty sweet. But does that still do crushing damage, or does it do slashing damage at that point? That's always the question. Could it do both? Could do both, I guess. Do something like that. Trying to push out those jams this week. Get more people to join the Discord, join the Patreon, become Patreon members. I do have more stickers for the $5 Patreon members that I need to get everyone's name for, so I can start sending those out. I'm going to try to make that a bi-monthly thing. Every month or so, just try to send out gift packages. That might be something I have to work on slowly over time. How are we doing over here? Anyone drawing anything? I'm going to put a secret goblin right here in the corner until people show up. He's just going to be like, what? No one's going to know. Make him a fancy goblin. Yeah. Oh, we got lines. Let's see. Jump ropes in here drawing lines. Let's see what's going on. The goblin aristocrat. Yeah, exactly. Khajiit has wares. I have coin. All right, back to the ogre. This is going to be a weird day of switching. Maybe the spines aren't a good idea. The spines are kind of cool. Like, I always like that look, but maybe I should make it like an actual iron paddle. This is kind of interesting. Just like a half-sided jawbone or something. That's pretty sweet. My lines need to follow the curvature of the weapon or the item. That's something I've noticed I need to improve on. Like some of these lines, these are really good. Like these right here. Dang it. They need to follow the contours of the item. So like having the circle go around. That's something I can definitely work on. Otherwise, they just kind of get messy. That's okay too, I guess. But depends on what you want. Khajiit is innocent of his crimes. Well played. Well played. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Yeah, so. If you are interested, you don't have to be. Also, you don't have to be a good artist. If you want to jump in on the line work, if you're worried that your stuff's not cool enough, don't worry about it. I would say everybody should just come hang out. Maybe learn some things. Maybe just doodle. Just doodle. It looks like Jump Rope's doing calligraphy. Is that what's going on?
I'm working on just line confidence with different doodles.
It's a good warm-up practice. It's a good way to get better. I do like this idea of this giant jawbone. I hope that's okay. I might have to contact my client, see if jawbone is acceptable. Yeah, so that's actually a good idea. If you need to just want to get better and improve your line art or your line confidence or your sketching capabilities, this is a good place to do it. You have a lot of people around, give you advice or boop, 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 boop. Here we go. Let's see what they say. Jawbone acceptable. All right, good. Good. We're going to make this look cool. Don't sit under my chair, cat. You're going to get rolled on. And that would be a bad day for everybody. Don't give me that look. Such a sassy cat. All right, moving on. Moving on to the jawbone. Now, if this is a jawbone, does that mean I can get some real teeth? That would be pretty sweet. Some jaggedy dragon teeth in here. What kind of jawbone would an ogre have? Just a bigger demon? Bigger ogre? Any suggestions? I may or may not use the Khajiit as influence for how I play a tabaxi. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely you should. Probably something very well defined. Yeah, we could do that. I think the Khajiit are basic. I mean, they are. They're analogs. They're absolutely analogs. So just like hobbits or halflings. Hey, you can't say that. That's my thing. It's like, okay. Did I mention that halflings like pipe weed and live in holes in the ground? Just got to get a whole bunch of molars in here. Ooh, that's not a sentence I ever really wanted to say, but there it is. Out on the internet. Nothing but molars. Spinosaurus jawbones. Ah, that could be cool. We could do that. Let's get this last molar in here. Get some lines in there to give it some shading. Give it some depth. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Excuse me. Oh my. Okay. A little bit of texture to this thing here. Played Monster Hunter World a little while back. That was pretty fun. I like the design. For some reason, I keep wanting to say Monster Rancher, though, and that is not the same game at all. That's a very, very different game. Welcome, D. Schaefer. Bullet Jawbone. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, I don't know how I would do that. Just like tons and tons of shark teeth everywhere. That could be kind of cool. I feel like I have to get a few bones in here. But that's a great idea. I really dig that. I might have to make a whole NPC that just sells monster part weapons. Now that I'm thinking about Monster Hunter. Bring me back some of your kills. I could make you a sweet accordion. The bone flute. Nope, that's Critical Role spoilers. I can't say that. Beware! Beware the musical instruments. They grant you free levels. Play every musical instrument you find in a D&D game. It's never, nothing bad has ever happened. I had an NPC with a bullet steel armor and had to do a jawbone for his collar. Nice. That's pretty cool. I like that idea. Void is getting weird in the Discord. It's all glitchy. It might be because we're streaming. My internet's been kind of sketchy all day, so if the quality just poops out, I apologize. I assume it has something to do with cheap internet companies. Comcast just like drops me. I don't even know if I'm on Comcast anymore. I have to look. Keep changing their name up where we have accessibility. I do like drawing bones. Bones look pretty great. Okay, that looks pretty wicked. I'm pretty happy with that. We'll just say that all this is like filed down a little bit. Probably wouldn't be that sharp, so let's round it a little bit because the bones don't hold an edge too great. They do, but not super, super well because they're porous. So we're going to round that off a little bit. Yeah. That looks super good. Should this go all the way back? Like, we could have it go all the way back here. That would be pretty dope. Give it like a little bit more jawbone. Maybe like the front teeth. Just a little, maybe like a fang. That'd be pretty sweet. Let's do that. I mean, that's not the whole jawbone. That'd be a weird creature. The inner surface of the bone are highly porous, while the outer surface is pretty solid. Yeah. So, like, if you start trying to shave them down, you get into that porous bit, and it's not so great. Good old Jawbone Club. Very Samson from the Bible. What kind of jawbone did he have for a club? I didn't know about this.
A lion's jawbone.
He made a club out of a lion's jawbone?
Yeah, the lion that he got all the honey from the skull of it.
Interesting. My biblical storytelling is not as good as it once was. I got too much Gilgamesh in my head. Beowulf. Probably replaced it with all my Norse mythology. I only got enough room for one. So, Joshua, you and Thor are going to have to fight a little bit. I'm not sure who gets to stay. Man, I'm a sneezy today. I got all those sweet allergies from hanging out outside yesterday, chopping all that wood. And that's how quarantine goes, I guess. Social distancing. Everybody just does yard work for 4 weeks. That's pretty good. I like that. A little more dots in there. That's pretty cool. I dig that. How's the Discord drawing going? More lines. I like it. I like it. For those of you just jumping in, we are having another Patreon draw day. So if you'd like to jump onto the Discord and you are a Patreon member, you should be able to access the Patreon General tab, and there's a link to join the drawing server. So absolutely feel free to jump on in. Looks like we have 3 more layers available for people to join on. I think I'm going to finish up the line work on this, and then I will probably jump over to the Discord and draw. And then I'll finish coloring this up tonight, and then it'll be done, and we can send it on its way. I'm actually pretty happy with these feet after all the difficulty of yesterday and the Kirby feet. This has definitely gone somewhere I'm pretty happy with, so that's good. Do want to thicken up these lines. Make these lines a little more standoutish. Looks pretty good, pretty good. I like the chain and the gourds. I think the belt design could probably change some. I didn't really have an idea. Usually when I do commission work, I ask people if they have like a deity or a symbol that they want to go with. Well, I don't usually ask. People usually have that design for their character, and I just, if they have one, I will add it to the design. So what kind of logo would an ogre have? Happy feet. Speaking of the world tree, I really like D&D's world tree cosmology. Cosmology? Cosmology? Arborism. I know more about Thor, Odin, and oh, I can say it. I can say the world tree name. Yggdrasil? Oh, maybe not. Not today with the stuffy nose. Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil? Yggdrasil. Yeah, it's hard to say. You tried. I always want to say the YGG as like Yggdrasil. It's not as bad as some of the Lovecraftian monsters. Some of those are pretty, like, it's just continents slapped together. How do they say that? Yeah, we could do more skulls. I think, yeah, we could put a skull on the belt. That's totally legit. I've never done that before. I'm always worried that when I put skulls on things, people are gonna be like, "Oh, another skull, great, do that." I love drawing skulls on stuff. So when people are down with it makes me happy. Hey, are you down with the skull? Is that all right? Is that cool? We're gonna put a skull right here. I'm probably gonna make this a little. You know, Doom just came out, and I've been really amped up about that. I'm not gonna get it, which is a bummer. But I'm an old school Doom fan, so maybe I'll put a little extra Doom love in here for it. The little horns. Doom skulls are always interesting because they're kind of human, but not really. Like, what if a human got turned into a demon and then got turned into a skull? But the skull's fine. Like, it's totally still alive. It's just a demon head skull. It's all Norse to me. Should a Scandinavian should teach you. Yeah, Scandinavian could probably teach me how to say all the words correctly. That'd be a good effort of my time. I need those kind of lessons sometimes. Let's get this going up here. And I want this right there. I want that to be on top. Yeah. I have no prompt if people are joining in the Discord today, so, or the drawing aspect of it. Do that. Get this going. Do. So just like that. And then because we do want this to be a Doom thing, I'm going to put a big, weird, toothy eyeball thing right in the middle. It's a skull with a skull on it. Like, who doesn't want that? That's pretty dope, right? I could be totally wrong. No one could like that. I think it's pretty cool. My wife is Scandinavian. She's always felt a closer bond to Bast. Hey, that's cool. Bast is a pretty good deity to follow. Have the skull facing sideways, biting the belt closed. That's actually kind of interesting. Instead of having a buckle, you have just like a mouth, just holding the belt on. That's kind of neat. We could try that. We could definitely try that. How's my volume today? We're doing all right? We got some volume problems. Getting some information about that. Am I quite... Oh, I hope I wasn't muted that whole time. How's that sound? Is that better? I'll do that for a test. Animated skull buckles sold by your local necromancer everywhere. That's a cool idea. I like that a lot. I think that's really cool. Where's this? This is doing fine. Yeah, that should be okay. I could probably turn that up a little bit. How's that? Is that better? Talkie. Test. Yeah, we'll leave it right there. I am slowly adapting my audio, so if there's an issue, please let me know, because I won't know otherwise. So we'll see how that goes. I moved the mic a little farther away from myself and had to turn the volume up a little bit. Let's see. Let's put another skull right here just for fun. A little tiny one. That's a secret. That's a secret skull. We're going to hide it. We're going to hide it right here. This one's going to be a little Mega Man skull, because I like Mega Man skulls too. The trick with Mega Man skulls is they have really, really big teeth. Huge eyes. Could probably make that a little rounder, actually. That's a terrible Mega Man skull, by the way, but don't worry about it. If you know what a Mega Man skull looks like, you're gonna be like, hey, that's not right. I'm like, that's all right. Just put a skull here. Just put one skull right here. Yeah. It's a little tiny fairy skull. Okay, back to this. I think this was a cool idea. I think we should try that. Animated skull buckle. And the belt is its tongue. Oh, no. I didn't think of that. I'm still not opposed to it. I think that's still a cool idea, but... Why is this called the Demon Tongue Belt? No reason. Why is it wet? You want the belt or not? That's the real question. All right, we're going to do that, and we'll make it a little bigger. Let's see how that do. Ooh, everything's all weird now. That's okay. It's okay. We can clean it up. I want a solid line all the way through this. And then I can start adding in the detail. So the belt like going like that, the belt coming out here. Loop the cloth around. That's kind of cool. I dig that. That's a good idea. Good call. I probably won't make the tongue the belt, but you can tell people whatever you want, right? It's like, oh yeah, by the way, the belt leather, it's a tongue. Nice, hardy demon. Here we go. We'll do that. So it's just bleh. Holding on to that buckle. Holding on to that buckle. I think we could probably do something cool with the horns if we're doing this. Maybe have them come up and out, so it actually makes more of like a ratchet thing. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. I want that to be up there though, so that comes down like that. We'll do the same thing over here. That should be like this, and that should go like that. That'll come around. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it would just make your pants wet all the time if your belt was a tongue. Do the tongue or pronounce Yggdrasil. Is the Y silent or is it like a J or an I? Yggdrasil? I think it's Yggdrasil is how I've always actually tried to pronounce it. But does that make the Y silent? Or an I? I don't know. Either way. We should turn this into some form of literature class. You know, maybe that would change my whole videos if I just spent all the time talking about how to pronounce things correctly. I do have to actually spend some time doing that for some of the videos. I've looked up a lot of different ways to pronounce things. You see the word Aarakocra and you're like, okay, great. Is that based on an actual word or did someone just make that up? Now I have to go decide which pronunciation to use. And then decide if it's proper to try and attempt saying it. Kobold. I hear frustrated sighs. What's going on?
There's a cat walking over my keyboard.
There's a cat. Meow! I have to dance! Ah! It's a cult! Oh, I just spoiled cats for everybody. I'm sorry. It's a cuts? Cult. I don't know why I added... Because I was thinking of the word cats when I tried to write the word cult. Welcome, Bug. All the words are made up by somebody. That's pretty good. Bug's asking what we're drawing. We're doing another Discord draw today, so right now I just drew a cat cultist, because that's what that movie's about. But I'm also trying to finish the ogre. The ogre is the other thing we're drawing today. So I got two projects going on today. Words are all made up by somebody. That's interesting. I think about that every now and again. People are always like, oh, Shakespeare made up a whole bunch of words. It's like, well, I mean, someone made up all the words, but still quite a feat, I suppose. Most of the words I made up are not in the public lexicon yet. Or will ever really need to be in the public lexicon. Yes, the voice channel is open today. If you'd like to jump into the live stream voice. It is not being streamed to... Oh, maybe it is being streamed. Nope, it's not being streamed to the YouTube, so you're welcome to hang out in the live stream voice and chat away if you'd like. For those of you just joining the YouTube, the Discord is up. There's a link in the description below. You can hang out with us today and share your character stories or share your artwork. So far, it's been pretty chill. If more people start joining into the live drawing session, which is for our Patreon members, I'll switch over there and we can put this away for a little bit. But currently, it's just Captain Jump Rope, who's one of our moderators. So checking in from time to time, but I'm gonna keep working on this until more people show up, which is totally fine. If no one feels like drawing today, I'll get more work done. So win-win, either way. Where did this line come from? Every now and again, I think I like flip my pen over and just like put little whip lines in places. Gotta go clean those up. Gotta not flip my pen around so frivolously. Hey, Rook, that's me. Do you draw your own maps for games? I do, D. Schaefer. I do from time to time. I've made world maps. Specifically, I don't do a lot of like really, really tight like city maps. But I'll make world maps just so my players can kind of see like, I want to go to the next town over, or, you know, is there a boat yard nearby? And for that, I generally use the custom brushes. That's something I can talk about sometime. So I can quickly produce maps. I do also like making dungeon maps for certain events. Of like, one time we did an event where my players actually stormed like an evil keep, and then the town heard about it, so the town started sending out adventurers, and they had to defend it. So that was fun. I gave them a little map. I'm like, okay, you guys can decide where you're putting stuff all around here. Bri, welcome to the the voice chat, and then goodbye from the voice chat, I suppose. Andreas, welcome to the voice chat. It is Yggdrasil? Is that how you say it? Well, if I'm an American, which I am, and that's how I say it, how am I supposed to say it? Okay, so you see, that makes sense. So the YGG is just a non-American sound bite. Three letters that are impossible for an American to say. I would say that's a good challenge, but I believe you, and I'm not going to challenge it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely difficult when you come up with a word or a sound that you've never heard before. So that's always a fun one. Bug, welcome to the Discord chat. You're making stuff up. Bug, if you're talking, you're really quiet for me for some reason. So, okay, good. I heard brief noises. So we have some people jumping into the Discord chat, which is good. Thank you for joining today.
English also has some strange words.
English does have some strange words.
Like squirrel.
Is squirrel a weird word?
Apparently, certain languages have a very hard time with the QUR.
Squirrel? The ancient word for squirrel was squirrel. Just gargle, gargle, gargle. The sound of gargling rocks. I'm actually very surprised. I think It's a cultural melting pot. Thank you very much. I'm always. What are people's favorite fantasy languages to pretend to know how to speak? Common? Okay. That's an easy one. Nice. Fair enough. That's probably the most accurate answer someone could give me. The dragon language from Skyrim. All right, we have a dragon language. Can you just, like, cough into the microphone for 30 minutes? Fusro Bao. Bear kind, you know, gotta be the Dova bear. That might have dated me a little bit. If you haven't seen the Dova bear, I highly suggest it. It probably was a Newground video like 10 years ago. I would. Wow. It was highly influential for my polar bear monk. Yeah, I wanted him to be a barbarian. I thought that would be really funny, but it was a little too silly. Welcome, Tim. Welcome, Bri. Oh, Bri's already there. Every time I look over, I see Bri's name pop up, and it's yellow. It's a big yellow dot in the YouTube chat, and it's just like, what's this? I need to look at it. And it's like, oh, yeah. Corvus, welcome. Dova Bear was glorious, yeah. Dova Bear was pretty good. I think I'm good on this. I think this is a good, solid set here. And the rest of it's just going to be a lot of cleanup. Actually, I liked those lines. I might keep those. I might keep some of these and just sketch them out. So I can color that and fill it in later. Do we have any other people in there? Ooh, those are looking good. Are you using the... You're cheating? Boop, 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 boop. Those are always fun, making spider webs. Oh, geez, there's no...
The shift
You hold
button.
down the shift key. Yeah, you hold down the shift key and then you just start clicking. Oh yeah, shift key. Definitely the shift key. You can either shift click to make a straight line if your opacity is full, or you can shift and hold. I think if you're drawing and you hold shift, I think it locks it in Photoshop, so you can draw a straight line. Yeah. The other way you can do it is get a ruler, which is pretty funny. I've started using like my F curves or my architect curves. It does. You just set the thing down, and then you just move your mouse along the side of the ruler. We're talking about Dova Bear yesterday at work. Where's that at? I should be still on YouTube. I think you can just type in Dova Bear. I think there's like 4 different versions of it now. But the original Dova Bear was pretty great. I don't know any Viking songs, but oh yeah. For some reason, I always do that, and then I somehow slowly blur into like Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know why that happens, but I'll just start humming it, and then all of a sudden I'm something completely wrong. Oh, Where's that at? The draw program. The drawing program is Aggie. If you go to I think it's the Patreon General tab. Oh yeah, right. You might not be a Patreon member. Let's see here. I think we could probably do this. There we go. Now you should do yeah. Can do that. So we have the general tab. Patreon general tab should let you join in on those. I don't know what I want to draw today besides, I mean, the ogre is fun. I was having a lot of fun drawing that ogre. I was thinking about that all last night. I'm like, what am I going to do for this club? Jawbone was a good call, so nice, whoever did that. And then, but now I want to draw something in here, and I don't know what I should draw. Lovecraftian horrors? We could do that. It was supposed to be Ogre Week, but Kung Pao, that is an amazing polar bear. Blood Lotus Bear for the upcoming project. Very cool. It's in the art share in the Discord if anybody wants to check that out. Looks really good. Redraw the Wizard Ogre. That's true. It is still Ogre Week. What if he's a Wizard Ogre, but like a Lovecraftian Wizard Ogre? It's like I guess that would just be pretty much any warlock, but. He's got like the Davy Jones beard, back to Pirates of the Caribbean. His eyebrows are also tentacles. Oh my face has become a calamari bar. I don't think a calamari bar is a real thing, but I'm here for the squid. Oh, actually, that was something else I was looking at. I gave this dude really, really round ears. Kind of want to make him a little pointier. Eh? Yeah, just like that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more point. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. They look all over the place. I've seen so many different ogres this week. I think ogre is another one of those kind of generic monster terms. Yeah. Like goblins are everywhere. Kobolds are goblins in some races or some. And we gotta give them the Shrek body. Oh, we doing... Is that what I keep doing? Oh, that's a terrible spot for that. Apparently right-click is the eyedropper, so I keep clicking my pen, and that's why I keep accidentally picking up a little white. That's a terrible, terrible place to put that. Why would you do it that way? Boop. You like being able to right-click, pick up stuff? I'm used to it being the Alt key. That's my... It's also the Alt key. Great. Thanks, Aggie. Nice software. It's not a bad idea, I guess. Do I have pressure sensitivity right now? I'm back to white. There we go. I have to move my... I can't click the buttons. That's my... That's true. That's very true. D&D version of Shrek. Yeah. Ogre bartender. Oh yeah, I don't know what I have so many songs just pop into my head. I'm really surprised I haven't been like copyright claimed yet. It's like, hey, that's ours. Wait. Durnky. Got a tiny chubby Shrek. He's got like a vest, right? I think he's got a vest. Do that. And Donkey's got to have these. Do that. Okay. Okay, we'll do that. Put the little hair on there. I heart dragon. Can I write poon? Is poon an appropriate word for YouTube? Probably not.
Shrek isn't an appropriate word for YouTube.
Oh yeah, Shrek's gonna. I have to get rid of this. This is Smek. I can't think of any words that aren't going to be weirdly inappropriate by shifting Shrek's name around. Nobody. Let's erase it. White. Why did I get back to the white line again? Swamp Ogre. Here we go. It's Swamp Ogre and Durnky. Swamp Ogre and Durnky. I think ogres. The question was, why aren't there subspecies of ogres? I think ogres are a subspecies of giant. I think that's the. In Tolkien's work, goblins and orcs are interchangeable. Yeah. Goblins are supposed to be like evil fairy folk, and so like goblins, gnomes, kobolds. Go ahead. What's your counterclaim? House spirits. Not okay. Mischievous, not necessarily evil. That's fair. That is an absolutely fair claim. But like, yeah, okay. That's a fair analogy. So instead of me saying that they are evil fairies, they are fey creatures that are generally dickheads. That's a fair transition for goblins. But yeah, I mean, there's all. Everyone has to decide on a name for something, and then when someone decides to copyright something, it's like, well, now I can't use that. That's not cool. That's why hobbits are the way they are. Yeah. Ogres had one sub-race in 3.5, David Knight says, and he said it was Ogre Mage, which that's totally cool. Yep, I remember the Ogre Mages. Two-headed swamp ogre. A boop. Da, da, da. I think this is for some reason, this is my favorite donkey I've ever drawn right now. Is that an ent? That could be. Two-headed ogre. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, instead of a two-headed ogre, it's just Durnky and Swamp Man ogre. It'd just be. So we have the Swamp Ogre. Yeah, we'll do that. Got to give him his vest. Yeah. And then Donkey is just like coming out right here. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "Hey, yo. My name's Durnky. Bip, bip. He's just unhappy about it. He's like, nah, don't like it. Don't like it at all. It's most of the fairy realm, mostly jerks. That's a fair point, Brian. Most of the fairies are just jerks. Onis and ogre mages are similar stats, but very different fluff. Yeah, I really think that's kind of what it is. I think ogres is a kind of a general term for giant-ish things that want to eat people. Prepare the deliciousness that is really anybody. Let's see, what else can we do here? I mean, it is still Ogre Week, so maybe we should redo Ogre Mage. I still like the idea of, like, maybe he's mostly beard. Just, like, do this. You gotta give him big old eyebrows. But then he's gotta have, like, twirly eyebrows. Here we go. Sure. Well, the problem with... I was asked if there's an American equivalent to a goblin. Yeah, I don't know a lot of the indigenous folklore, so I assume there is. Because a lot of the... I know there are some forest spirits that I've heard of, but I can't remember the names of. A lot of our folklore, like that I grew up being taught as a kid, comes from like Eastern Europe and Europe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't think of anything that is traditionally, like, a lot of the stuff I'm thinking of is actually like Irish or German. I grew up with a lot of German because of my grandparents. So that Brothers Grimm, as a lot of stuff from the Brothers Grimm that I grew up with. Yeah, so that's where a lot of my stuff comes from. Demon possessed dinosaurs? That's what we should be drawing. Germanic, yeah. A lot of Germanic. So Corvus says that I don't know how to say that word. Yeah. I'll let everybody read that word and decide whether or not I can say that on YouTube. It's a Native American goblin, and that's a good thing to do. So oh, Wendigo. Yeah, the Wendigo is a good one. Wendigo could be a bugbear. Wendigo could be a bugbear. The Chupacabra. Chupacabra. Not a goblin.
Skinwalker is also a Native American.
Skinwalker.
But that's not a goblin either.
But that's not a goblin either. Yeah. Yeah, the Dresden file says that we shouldn't be talking about that, so maybe we should follow the Okay, so this guy... Is his nose covered up with the beard? Is that what I've done? Not sure about asking. Is a Wendigo closer to a werewolf? A Wendigo is kind of closer to a werewolf, but... Yeah, it's... I think it is. Yeah, that might be a better way to think about it. Instead of turning into a wolf, you are just turning into a Wendigo. Like, it's its own kind of thing. It's actually closer to Bigfoot, which is weird. It's like being a were-Bigfoot. A were-Squatch. Okay, so this guy's super old. Maybe he's bald. Maybe I don't need to give him fur on the top. Just give him the big, weird, square ogre head. Meh. What am I doing? Ogres don't have square heads. You know, I don't think you want to meet anybody, regardless of Wendigos in dark alleys. Like, if you're in a dark alley and someone else shows up, just get out of there. Just cheese it. Oh, if I saw a police officer like coming up to me in a dark alley, I would just run. Just, halt, citizen! Gotta go. I forgot about maybe that's a different thing in America. Maybe we're scared of cops too sometimes. That might just be an American thing. But I trust nobody. I trust nobody. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure about that. We're going to change the subject before YouTube starts yelling at me. Back to the wizard ogre mage. In some stories, Wendigos are supposed to be what happens to a cannibalistic person. They transform into a monster and cannot be satiated. I like that. I mean, I think that sounds good. It was, yeah. I was just reading the chat because that's my job. I have to reiterate things because people can't hear you. Still don't want to meet either one in a hungry or in a dark alley. Yeah, right, exactly. Like I'm saying, anyone shows up in a dark alley and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" It's like, "Oh, go away." Oh man, I'm gonna try to not deafen myself with YouTube. That would be bad. What is going on here? Did you just turn it into a caterpie?
It's his scarf.
Yeah, it's just like boom, 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 meep, meep, meep. I'm gonna turn into the biggest butterfly.
No, his shoulder's like right here. His arms down here.
Yeah, but does he have like a stake in his neck? What is like a
It's
like
a
a big?
scarf.
Oh, it's a scarf. Okay, it looked like the ribs from the Flintstones. It's like, hey, would you like to order the Bronto ribs? It's like, yes, I would. The delicious, delicious Bronto ribs. He just keeps that under his beard. He's like, that's for later. That's my lunch. The more they eat, the hungrier they get, and the stronger they become. That's pretty scary. Wendigos are scary. They're really good legend. What is this? What are you pointing at here?
What is this?
It's his ear. I probably don't need that. Whoop. Whoop. They can mimic any voice they hear, change their appearance, and only fire can kill them. Scary.
Oh.
What? What did you do?
I accidentally used the paint bucket.
We can do this. We can start.
Spoilers.
Okay, I'm gonna do a really long beard. I'm gonna do this. Okay, we'll put that there. Would he be like more hunched because he's a really old ogre? Well, they're supposed to be super beefy. So if they're super beefy, just starts like this and then goes like that. And then he's got legs. So his head's just constantly looking at his own back. Just like real. It's like some kind of like weird incepted human centipede, but with only one person. Just Ouroborosing themselves. Next project. What is to make a module that deals with wood? Yeah, I think maybe that could be a cool challenge. Like, what can people do with their like the best Wendigo homebrew for D&D? I think there's actually one in the couple of the monster manuals, so it's not like. Yeah, I think there is. You could definitely make it kind of like John Carpenter's The Thing. One of you is a Wendigo, and no one gets to know who it is. And then you just make them all slowly go crazy trying to figure out who it is. Just kidding, you're all Wendigos. Now fight! Fight to the death. Corvus says, maybe not the best place for this. I think this is a good recommendation, though. But there's an awesome podcast called Myths and Legends, which is a great podcast on the Wendigo. Also a great idea for creatures. Yeah, that's cool. If you guys do find, if anybody finds cool podcasts or other YouTube channels that they think is a good reference for D&D monsters, ideas, creatures, lore, definitely drop that in the homebrew and lore section, or maybe in the reference image section. Like just give a little description of what it is, why you think it's cool, and yeah, check that stuff out. So I think that's a good place for this. So definitely a good idea. Okay, so we're getting this guy. He's getting all chunky. Blech. Absolutely. I think it's a really... I mean, I think it just kind of goes in with all of the general lore. I think it's definitely worth studying. Not a lot of references. Let's see. He's got a staff. What kind of weird magey staff would he have? It's got to be big. That's kind of the big thing. He's got like a big stick. Like just a tree. Maybe he's just got a tree? Oh, troll hunters. Yeah, that's got a really cool aesthetic. I like troll hunters. Kelsey Grammer's character's like 90% head. He's like, hey, what's going on? I got legs. For some reason, he's got 12 arms. I'm not sure why he's got so many arms. It's my Kelsey Grammer impression. A magic club staff. It's just got the spell hit on it. Like, I cast club. Inflict wounds. Ah, he just hit me with a stick. Like, yeah, it's a pretty powerful spell. Actually, I've thought about doing that for some of my friends before. With like you find a sword of wounding +1. It's like, oh, what's it do? It cuts people. It cuts people real good. Just give it eyeballs. Ha ha!
You're one step ahead of me.
Are you putting stuff in it? That sounds gross. As far as I know, this is something Drow was saying. Pretty much no. Yeah, no. I think I should have been reading this while we were talking. I'm very sorry, Drow. I think I just found your general chat conversation. You don't mind. Okay, cool. I apologize. I will try to keep looking at all the different chats. I'll just keep bouncing around. Yeah, General's a good place to talk during the stream. I moved over to the art share and I forgot to switch back, so it's my fault. For those in the YouTube, if you want to join the Discord, you're welcome to. If not, that's fine. Hang out where you want to hang out. Feel free to click that tip button because I like money. I like money a lot. It's probably going to be written on my tombstone someday. Like, he liked money. Just a picture of Mr. Krabs. Yeah, it's probably pretty accurate. I need to find that artist that did the raccoon drawing. Why don't you have any kids? Because I want money. Just want so much money. Oh yeah, it's way worse in America. Like, it's pretty bad. Also, I've been researching stuff on Mesoamerican Native American monsters. The main problem is that there's so many different tribes. Yeah, that's true. There's a problem about the just kind of number of. Yeah, there's not a lot of consistency because there's so many different tribes, and there's not a lot of structure for it to be written down. Like, there's just not a lot of libraries out there that have like a comprehensive thing because it is so divided. And it's a real big bummer because there's a lot of really cool. Like indigenous museums, and like the university I went to had a special lab kind of dedicated to getting more information. And yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff out there, especially like Alaska has a lot of really cool indigenous museums. So yeah, Alaska has some pretty cool stuff. Mm-hmm. Draft said that they mainly focus on the Wendigos and Skinwalkers, and they're pretty much all of them are based around people who broke taboos. So yeah, I think that's kind of the same with a lot of German folklore too, actually. So that's kind of a general theme. Yeah, basically don't do these things. Don't lie to people. Don't eat your grandmother. So Skinwalker is basically Voldemort, is what you're saying. Whoop, 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 whoop. They call me Grandpa Mage Ogre. Hit. Smack. Damage. Let's see if I can. It looks like this, and then it's a G. There we go. Trying to write at different angles is weird. Damage. Maybe a little target. Just got a target on it. I cast a magic missile 1,000,000 times. I'm actually really surprised that magic missile it doesn't have like a cantrip version. But that would be pretty dope. I choose to do 2 damage this turn. Okay. Thank you. Just walk away from it. I'd like to do 2 more damage. Voldemort is a Yuan-Ti pureblood. Yeah. I won't have a tombstone. I'm just going to get buried in an unmarked grave in the middle of nowhere. I want a green burial. Okay, so that was legit. I thought that was a jab to just like wandering off or something, but I get you. A green funeral. That's kind of an interesting idea. Viking funerals do sound pretty good. I think. Gotta earn the Viking funeral. Alright, we'll do this. Didn't somebody do that? I'm pretty sure there's someone in American history that decided to build their own, like, death dungeon pyramid thing.
There was a serial killer who had a hotel in
Okay,
Chicago.
yeah. It was a serial killer with a hotel. That's our American folklore right there. Is someone deciding, hey, you know what? I'm going to make my own Tomb of Annihilation. And then that's terrible, because that's not cool at all. No, if I remember correctly...
It was during the Chicago World's Fair, and he didn't have to kidnap anybody because they just signed up for the hotel and then disappeared.
That's America's folklore. It's just all of our weird serial killer stories. Europe's like, oh, we have Jack the Ripper. It's like, and? That's it? Okay. Cool. Nice. We got all the weird people. I definitely don't want to turn this into a serial killer podcast, because there are definitely those out there already. I'm gonna have to call the my favorite murder people and be like, hey, do you guys want to be on a drawing podcast? So, you guys want to come on the show? Yeah, that was the World's Fair guy. Sorry, I just realized Jump Rope said something and I didn't iterate it, so sorry about that, everybody. Build a murder hotel. H.H. Holmes, is that it? I can post some Native American creature pictures in the Discord if anybody's interested. Yeah, Corvus, that'd be really cool. Maybe in the reference images or in the reference to general chat. Either one of those is fine. That'd be really cool. I'd like to see those pictures. Let's see here. See how this is the fun thing about art. So right now he's just this grumpy old ogre. Oh, I can't zoom in. Hold on. Grumpy old ogre with a nose. I guess his nose is like right here. But if I do this, oh no! It turns him into some weird gremlin. Maybe we do this. Give him a big. No, I picked up the white again. It's like drawing on backwards layers, but different. We can give him like a big orb nose. Dang it. Can't do that. I like it better without the nose, to be totally honest. I think that looks way cooler. Maybe if we do this, maybe we give him like an actual nose. Like a what? And is it? I don't know what that word is either. Something similar to a goblin. Okay. Santa Claus but a goblin. Like an elf? A short bearded thing with a red hat. Like a red cap? I'm thinking of like a garden gnome. Is that what you're thinking about? Kind of like a garden gnome? Look like this. They got... I think you made it up. I think you straight up made that up. All right, the gauntlet has been thrown down. I've been told that there is a creature that is an American thing that I think is a garden gnome. Oh, it's not American. I thought you just said it was American. Oh, it's a Scandinavian thing. Okay. That's why I don't understand the word. But it sounds like a garden gnome. So I'm gonna assume it's a garden gnome. Do they have little suspenders? Like this. And then they got big old feet. Wooden shoes like this. That's a garden gnome. No, there's a lot of really cool fairy folk out there that look like that. I really like. Okay. Yep, that makes sense then. I can't zoom. I feel like this guy's got sponsors on his staff now. He's like, oh yeah, this is the Pepsi Plus 2 long staff. That's not how the Pepsi signal goes. It's kind of crooked, I guess. Maybe it's sponsored by like, I don't know. What's the fantasy equivalent of the McDonald's? It's run by goblins. It's like
Fantasy Costco?
salt and pepper shaker. That's a salt and pepper shaker. That's what Bryce says. Gnome sponsored by Budweiser. That's what we need. We need dwarven like ale sponsors floating around. I did that for Orson Barrington. I gave him an ale brand, which I pop up every now and again in my campaigns. Tastes like the sea. I think that sounds horrible for a beer, but I think it's funny because he likes fish. Barrington Ale. If I was a polar bear and I made a beer, it would absolutely taste like fish. Are you sure this isn't just seawater? Maybe. You can't prove it otherwise. Gotta make a beefy gnome. Give him the big old feet. Meh. Meh. I'm gonna give him really tiny hands. Really big arms. Bruh. Crab claws. I want to know if crab claws. Fermented salmon beer. Yeah, exactly. And then, oh yeah, I forgot the Lovecraft. Tentacles. Just got tentacles everywhere. Cthulhu? I can pronounce Cthulhu. I hope. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. You just gotta like plug your nose and then spit a little bit while you talk. That's how you pronounce Cthulhu. Cthulhu. Cthulhu.
Problem is that we have
Chap.
human
Pluthat
Macau.
Macau. That's how you pronounce it. Wait, what? What's happening now? Well, I mean, the real trick about trying to say Cthulhu is if you ever say it right, then you summon him, and that's bad. So it's probably fine that you say it wrong. Yeah, right? What was the thing? What was the analogy? Like, if a whole bunch of ants started dancing around in a circle, and then they said your name, you definitely pay attention to them. Like, wait, what? Did you just say Rookzer0? Please kill my enemies for me. Yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, right? Yeah. Just infinitely long, watching colonies of ants just rise and fall. I made this gnome just super jacked. I dig it. Mine's a gnome. Gotta give him. This has basically just been what's Rook drawing today? Drawn ogres and gnomes. And Jump Rope is apparently just tattooing up everything I draw. So a random character generator. That's a cool idea. We might have to do a whole. We might have to do that as a whole episode. It could be really fun. Yeah, getting a random character generator and then just drawing the outcome. We could probably do that next week. Maybe that's what we'll do next week. Next week will just be random creature week. What time is it? 2 o'clock? We've been going for a while today. That's pretty good. We got a nice little stream going. Let's see. We got Buff Gnome and we got Mage Ogre. So those are 2 different directions. We have the staff of smacking.
Sponsorship?
Yeah, the staff of sponsorship. I need to draw the Barrington Ale logo. It's just a smiling fish. Hey. Whoop. It tastes like the ocean. That's just it's magical. I don't know how to say how it works. And I got my ogre here. Well, now I need gnomes, gnogers. I don't know how you would say that. Gnome ogres. I think that's a person. You just start canceling things out. Well, my mom was half dragon and half human, and my dad was half fish and half human, and I'm just all human. That's not how genetics work. We need to have a Patreon or Discord game going. Yeah, that would be really fun. I might start thinking about that. I don't know if I might have to figure out how many people would want to play, and then it might have to be a Patreon reward. Yeah, I think we could just set up a Discord game so that people could sign up and actually play, but then if I wanted to do a Discord one, that might be like a monthly thing. Yeah, we could play it. Yeah, give me money. But the only problem with that is I don't know how many people would want to play versus how many people could play, and then trying to orchestrate the days. So if I did do that, I think the best way to do it, which this is not done yet, this has not happened.
Pathfinder Club.
I have to go back to the other one. What did you do to it? Oh, Pathfinder Club. I see what you're saying. You want to have like a Pathfinder Society inside of it? That would make sense. I think I would have to look at basically setting up a Patreon reward goal of this is specifically for a D&D game. And we'd have to have like one tier is first Monday of the month or like last Monday of the month. And then we just try to fit that in. So I'll start thinking about that because I really don't want more than 4 people on the Discord. Because when you're playing online, I found that more than 4 people gets really hectic. So that being said, it could be something that we stream. Maybe we also have a private game versus an open game where people can listen. I have a few different ways to actually make the maps instead of just using like D20. One of my friends over at Easter Egg Games made pretty cool. If you haven't seen Aegis Online yet, or Aegis Online, depending on how you say it, you can find that on Steam, and it's basically just a tabletop simulator, but it's got some cool functionality. So that's free if you guys want to go look at that. Check that out. I think I'm gonna spend the rest of the day working on the next video. Hopefully that will be out a little later tonight if I do it right. If not, I'll get it finished tomorrow before the stream. Is that a 6-legged puma? A wumpus? Mountain lions are a fun thing that I think is nicely American. Yeah. Or moose. A weremoose. Have you ever seen a weremoose? Or a jackalope? Jackalopes are pretty dope. Yeah, Canadians are American. You can all say you're not Americans, but if you're in North America. I heard a statistic today that there are more people living in Canada or in California than there are in Canada. I want to know if that's true. I need to look that up. Is that real? Oh man. Ugh. I just realized I'm listening to the Discord chat, and the people on YouTube think I've just gone silent. Like I'm just staring off blankly into the distance. So I think that's probably a good place to... Watching people make the characters and seeing you or them draw them would be a lot of fun. Yeah, that could be really cool, actually. Having people talk about their characters and then putting up the actual characters for them, the character sheets. Or making the icons for them would be fun. Yeah, we got lots of really cool ideas for this. The other thing I was thinking about doing is if I did host a D&D game, I might want to make it really low fantasy. Not so much that the cheese golem, maybe. I might allow the cheese golem or the beer golem, but only if they play in the same game. You have to have one kobold chef and then a beer and a cheese golem. But super low fantasy, nothing too crazy. I think a low fantasy game would be really fun because then you would have really low stats. The magical gear would stay really kind of low, but I would have to find people that wanted to play that. So there's definitely a lot of options. We can start building that way. And only Jump Rope jumped into the draw today, which was kind of a bummer. But we'll have to try to see if we can get more patrons to jump in later. I still like doing this. I think it's a fun way to sketch. We'll try to see. Maybe we can open that up to a free draw day for everybody once a week or once a month. That could be pretty fun. I'll have to see. I haven't tested the limitations of this program yet. I made this one 3,000 by 3,000 pixels. I made it 3,000 by 3,000, and it's like, hey, that's too big. And I'm like, you just shut up and do your job. And so far, it's working. Yeah. Perfect game for Bread Scalibur, the sacred baguette sword. That could definitely work, David. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I want to pose for you. If you wake up in a prison and everybody's starving and you have to survive and you have a baguette sword, do you use it to keep yourself alive or do you eat it? It could just become a game to see who survives the longest before eating the other players. If anybody's ever played Legend of Grimrock, I think that's a really fun idea for a campaign. Basically reverse dungeon diving, trying to get out of a dungeon, but you're all kind of tied together. That could be another cool game option. So we have a few ideas. I think if I did do a D&D campaign, I would try to keep them very small. It's kind of self-contained games. Yeah, only 30 or 40 players. And then if I ever want to do a really long campaign, kind of Critical Role style, I'd have to have people that I think I could, people I would probably play with people I know in IRL in my area so that I could actually talk to them and kind of discuss things. So that might be, I don't think we'll ever go that direction, but definitely Discord games I think can happen. So we'll figure something out there. If anybody else has any cool suggestions, drop them down in the comments below or in the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, I'm pretty sure I'm just talking to the kettle at this point. My metaphors are bad. I'm gonna go get some lunch and just hang out for the rest of the day and get some work done. So thanks everybody for hanging out. We will see you next time. Remember to keep your gnomes on the table so they can organize your dice. Don't roll the gnomes. Definitely don't roll the gnomes.